right, today we're going to do linear measure. So your next test is on the 18th. So keep that in mind. A brownie test on the 18th. Never regret a day in your life. Good days give you happiness. Bad days give you experience.
Aww.
Yeah. I have a great story to share with you guys one day. And maybe I'll share it today. We'll see. Okay, so today we're going to start with linear measure. We will have a little bit of algebra in here. You'll need scratch paper as well. So yesterday we talked about a line. A line goes on forever and ever and ever, never stops. So this would be line AB. But a segment actually stops. I'm sure you guys know that. So there's end points on each end and it stops. So today we're going to focus on line segments, where a line goes on forever. A segment actually has length because it stops at each end. So this would be segment CD. Now notice the difference. See how this one, line AB, has the arrows on top? This one does not have arrows. So keep that in mind. So if it's a segment, it does not have arrows when you're labeling it. Okay. So finding segment lengths, let's talk about this betweenness of points real quick. Later it's going to be called segment addition when we get into chapter 2, I believe. So if you have 3 collinear points, do you remember what collinear means?
They're all on the same line.
Same line, 3 collinear points, and B is between A and C, then AB plus BC equals the whole thing AC. Hopefully that's common sense. If this is 2 and this is 5, 7, yeah. So if you just take each part and add them together, you get the whole length. Is that common sense? Hopefully? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are going to have some really easy problems that have to do with common sense. If I want the length of PS, I would just take 18.4 plus 4.7 and I would get the whole length.
23.1.
23.1. Does that make sense? What if I know the whole length?
Subtract.
You just subtract. If I want to find a smaller piece, I would just subtract 100 minus 89.6. What would I do on this one? Would I add or subtract? Add, okay. What would I do on this one? Subtract. Okay. So if you look at your assignment, the first number 1, you're going to find each length. So to find the length of AC, are you going to add or subtract? Add. So add them together. You do not need to put centimeters. Just put the answer. Okay? So do 4.9 plus 5.2. What is that?
10.1.
So you're just going to type 10.1 in the Chromebook. Don't put centimeters or anything. Okay? What would you do to find GH?
Subtract.
Subtract. So you know the whole length, 15. You know this piece is 9.7. Subtract, and that will give you GH.
Which is 5.3.
Which is 5.3. Okay. And then go ahead and do the next one. We don't need to say it. You guys can do it. I have faith. 5 point what? 8, not 3. Oh,
Yeah, it's 5.
No.
don't listen to
It's
Lucas.
5. Wait, what?
What is it? Is it 5.3 or 5.8? Somebody, we got
If
calculators.
you add 0.3 to
Yeah, I got
9.7, that would be 10,
Yeah,
5,
he's
15.
right. Yeah, he's right.
0.3.
Okay, what about this one? Question 2 says find the length of RS. If ST is 15 and RT is 40, what would you do to find RS?
Subtract.
Subtract. Okay, I'm going to let you handle that. We don't need to say the answer out loud because hopefully you can do that.
I don't know, Coach.
I don't know.
Literally just a rabbit in this book.
Okay, these next type of problems, you will need to scroll down. We're going to talk about 3 in a little bit, and 4 and 5. Scroll to 6, number 6, because this first example is going to be number 6. So problems like this is probably where you're going to need the scratch paper. At least I do, but I'm a very visual learner. So you might have to draw the picture so you can visualize it. So this says find the value of x and yz if y is between x and z. So for me, I have to draw the picture because I'm a visual learner. I can't just imagine it in my head. So I've got this segment, x and z, and I know y is somewhere between. It does not mean it's in the center, but it's just somewhere between. So somewhere there's a y. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it helps me to visualize it. This is number 6 on your assignment today. So then it tells me that xy is 5x. So do you see where xy is?
Yeah.
I'm going to put 5x. And then it says yz is x. And then it says, this part's the weird part. I really don't like this problem, but this says that xy is 25. Not xz, xy is 25. Well, if xy is 5x and xy is 25, don't they equal each other?
X equals 5.
Is everybody okay with that?
No.
Okay, so xy is 5x, do you see that?
Yes.
And xy is 25. They're the same thing. xy is 5x, they just gave us that in the problem. So if they're both the same, you can put them equal to each other. So if this length is 5x and this length is also 25, they equal each other. They're the same thing. So if I solve, how would I solve for x?
5.
Divide by 5, x is 5. So in that first blank on your assignment, you're going to put 5.
Teachers, this is just to let you know that the shuttle with Tilted Tech students has just pulled up and they should be arriving to class shortly.
Everyone late today.
Well, and the
No,
thing
Tulsa
is,
Tech.
it's like,
Tulsa Tech and JROTC.
yeah, they just get here late.
We
and
get
it's
here a couple
Wednesdays,
minutes
yeah.
late, and it's Wednesday, so we.
Okay, we also have to find YZ.
YZ is 5.
Well, YZ is X, and what was X?
5.
5. So on number 6, both of these answers are 5. Now, it doesn't always happen that way, so don't just assume whatever X is, it's also X, YZ.
Why did YZ make the answer?
Because YZ, do you see where it says YZ equals X?
Oh.
And what is X?
5.
5, right. Okay, let's do a little bit more thinking. Let's see, the next problem is here. Let's look at this one. I'm not sure if this, I think this one might not be on your assignment, but do this one with me so you can kind of see how most of the problems are going to work, and then we'll do another one like on your assignment. So again, I always have to draw the picture. I highly encourage you to draw the picture so you can see it. So y is between x and z. So I'm going to make a segment x, z. Y is somewhere between. It does not necessarily mean it's smack dab in the middle. It's anywhere in here. Then I label everything they tell me. xy is x plus 5. So where xy is, what am I going to put?
X plus 5.
X plus 5. YZ is 2x plus 4. So where YZ is, I'm going to put 2x plus 4. Now, it did not say y is the midpoint in the middle. So you do not put these two equal to each other because we don't know that y is in the middle. Does that make sense? But I do know, hey, I do know you'll want probably calculator and scratch paper. The whole thing is 30. So the entire length is 30. And we learned with segment addition, if I take this plus this, don't I get the whole thing? So if I take this segment and add this segment to it, it's going to give me the whole thing.
3x plus 9.
So yeah, we need to combine like terms. There's an x here and an x here. How many x's is that? 3x plus 5 and 4 is 9 equals 30. Now I got to solve it. This is where I want you guys to start working on not showing every step, because when you take the ACT test, you're not going to want to show every single step. So if I'm minus 9 on both sides, I'm going to get 3x equals
21. X equals 7.
21. Do you guys see how I didn't write minus 9, minus 9? You guys good with that?
Mm-hmm.
And then what would my next step be?
Divide by
Divide.
3, which
I'm not
x
going to
equals
write
7.
divide by 3, divide by 3. X equals 7.
Thank goodness I got a good teacher. Miss Lyon actually made us write divide by 3, divide
Yeah,
by
no, I don't want to do
Worse.
that because I'm preparing you to take the ACT test and SAT test. You won't have time. It's time test. So x is 7. So I know x is 7. If I want to find yz, what would I do to find yz?
Plug in the
Plug in.
Plug 7 in. So yz would equal 2 times 7 plus 4. What's 2 times 7? 14 plus 4 is 18, yes. And you do not have to show all this. You're just typing the answer in. So let's look at another one on your assignment. Let's look at,
Question 7 is different from.
yeah, let's try to find a hard one. How about number 9? That looks kind of hard with all the X's and the craziness. Or do you want me to look at 7? I don't care.
7.
I already worked 7, so can we go?
Okay, let's go to 9.
Let's
Hey, what's the first thing I would like for you to do? Draw a picture. Now, I'm a visual learner, I gotta draw the picture. If you don't have to, okay, but don't make a mistake on your test, right? So, Y is between X and Z. So go ahead, everybody draw a picture. Make sure you can get how to do this. So I've got X and Z. Where do I put Y? Somewhere in the middle. It doesn't matter where. Y, I'm gonna make sure that it doesn't look like it's right in the center, just because my visualness. Then it says that XY is 2X plus 1. So where XY is, what am I going to put? 2X plus 1. Good. Then it says that YZ is 6X. So where YZ is, 6X.
Equals 81.
And then the whole thing is 81. That's right.
So you get 8x.
So,
plus 1.
Yeah.
81. So
If I
8x
take this
equals
segment plus this segment, it gives me the whole thing. So 2X plus 6X is 8X plus
1.
equals 81.
8x
And then
equals
subtract the
80.
1. 80, X equals 10.
It's 10.
See? Did you do some of that in your head?
X equals 10, YZ equals 60.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's 10.
Questions on how I got 8X?
All of them.
All of them.
All the questions.
Can we go back to 3 now?
Number 3. We will. in just a
3.
second. We will. Just a second.
If the sides
Are you impatient?
If the sides
Quite.
are the same, then
Okay. So do you get how I just put Y somewhere between? Do you get how I labeled
I got no yes.
each piece?
Right, yeah.
Are you good with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's GM.
And then are you gonna work it out?
Okay. So I know from right here that the whole length is 81. So I add these two together. This plus this would give me the whole thing. So I combined like terms. See the 2X and the 6X? That's where I got 8X.
The whole
Oh.
thing.
And then plus 1. I just wrote plus 1 and then equals the whole thing 81. So minus 1. Do you hear me? Minus 1. So 8X equals
3 times 6.
Oh, what?
80. Are you okay with?
Yeah.
Okay. And then divide by 8. X would equal. Don't panic. I will help you. Okay. Yeah. So if we know that X is 10 and I want YZ, YZ is 6X and X is 10. So
Do
6
math.
times 10.
6 times 10, 60. Right? 6 times 10? Did I do something wrong?
You know what's funny?
Well,
In like 2nd grade, one of
No?
my
Okay.
teachers showed me a problem almost exactly like this,
Yeah.
and we were
Oh,
all
yeah?
completely confuzzled.
Everybody okay so far?
I'm good.
And I will help. I promise. I will help. Don't panic. But you're going to see some of this on the test. So I want to make sure that you get it. And remember, if you are ever struggling, please, please, please send me an email and come in during advisory or whatever, because I do not want anybody falling behind. Okay. Moving on to some more vocabulary. We're going to talk about congruent segments. This will take us back to number 3. So congruent segments are 2 segments with the same length. Okay, this is the symbol for congruent. It's an equal sign with a little squiggly. You've probably seen that before. Now in geometry, we mark congruent pieces with little slashy marks. So if I want you to know that this length right here is the same as this length, I'm going to mark it with a little slashy mark. They equal each other. They're the same. Now in geometry, what if we have some other pieces? Say I've got a piece right here in the middle. I'll call it, I don't know, Q. Okay, if I want you to know that BQ equals QC, but it does not equal A, B, and CD, I don't want to just put 1 slash, because if I put 1 slash, you would think all of the pieces are equal. So I put 2 slashes. And then if I have another piece, let's call this, I don't know, W, and this Z, and I want you to know that WA equals DZ, but they don't equal any of the others, guess how many slashes I'm going to put?
3.
3, yes. So that's how we mark things equal in geometry. So you're going to be marked with little slashies, or it might actually have a length in there, 2 and 2. Then you know that they're equal. So when you look at number 3, you're going to determine if pieces are equal. So you're just going to say yes or no. So they're going to tell you the pieces to look at. So I'm going to look at TU. What's the length of TU?
2.
And I'm going to look at SW. What's the length of SW?
3.
Are they congruent?
No.
No. So put no in there.
Do we have to capitalize anything?
You do not need to capitalize. So what about the next one? If I look at AD, it has 1 slash. If I look at BC, it has 1 slash. What do you think?
Yes.
Yes, they are congruent. Now, on the next one, if I look at GF, how many slashes does it have?
1.
How many slashes does FE have?
2.
2. What's that mean?
No.
Not congruent. Good. Okay, good. And I want you to attempt 4 and 5, but I'll look at those with you later because a lot of people miss number 4, and I don't want you to miss it. So anyway, but we'll talk about that later. Those are word problems. Word problems are scary.
But,
So
give me a minute,
sometimes, but I'm gonna want you to
Some
try
missed
it,
it.
and then we will talk about it later. Okay, so we talked about this with number. Okay, midpoint. We've talked about midpoint before. It's the middle point. The point right in the middle.
I can double and subtract it.
So, if it's in the middle, these two pieces equal each other.
1.
So, go back to your assignment. We did number 9. Go to number 10. I want you to notice something about number 10. Do you notice anything?
It's got numbers on it?
It doesn't have. It doesn't
It's a
have,
midpoint.
It doesn't have PQ.
It does not have the length of PQ. I don't know PQ. So up here, I knew the whole length. Here, I don't. But T is the midpoint. It's right
So you
in
can
the
double
middle.
whatever.
You do not want to double because we don't know the whole length. What would we set it equal to? But I do know that PT has exactly the same length as TQ. So I'm not going to add them. I don't want to add them. If I added them together, what would I put them equal to? I don't know the whole length. But I do know that PT, 5x plus 3, has the same value as TQ, 7x minus 9. So put them equal to each other.
-2 minus 6.
So when you have them equal to each other,
You combine.
you combine like terms, but the x's are on different sides of the equal.
Well, you should do multi-step equation.
So yeah, it's a multi-step equation. If I want to get x's on one side, now me personally, I probably wouldn't want to have a negative 2x by minusing the 7. I personally would probably minus the 5, so I have a positive 2x. Are you guys okay with that? So if I minus, I'm going to show my steps, but I really want you guys to not be showing your steps. So I bring down the 3, 7x minus 5x is what? 2x, and I still have minus 9. Now what would I do?
Add the 9 to the other.
Add the 9.
Equals 2x.
So 12 equals 2x.
Or x equals 6.
X equals 6. So, if you know for a fact, it tells you or it shows you with the slashes, the t's in the middle, you put them equal to each other. If you are not told that, like the questions above, you add them together and put it equal to the number of the whole thing. Okay, so if I want PT and I know x is 6, just plug in 5 times 6 plus 3, 33. So you will do 11 the same way. You put them equal to each other because you know that T is right in the middle. And I promise if your algebra is not like super strong, it will get better because we'll have a lot of algebra throughout. So by the end of the school year, you're going to be like, you got it. So 12, same way. 13 is going to be similar, same way. 13, 14, we'll look at those in a minute. I think I'm about done with my lesson. Okay, that was just an example. Oh, I have a comic that's probably really dumb. I probably put it up here last year. Mrs. Moriarty, my dog ate my homework. looks like someone's gonna have trouble passing this assignment.
That's
what the vet said.
too.
That's kind of gross. Oh, and then this one's really dumb too. So this kid, he's like tweeting, "Hey everyone, I'm going 80, I'm going 90." He didn't know who was following him.
That was
Anyway, that's dumb. That's so super dumb. Do I have any others? No. Okay. All right. So let's look at 13 and 14 really quick. I will help you kind of set them up so you kind of know how to set them up. I am like doing extra right now, but eventually I'm going to break that and you guys are going to be more on your own thinking about stuff. But we're at the beginning of the school year, so I'm going to baby you a little, but then I'm going to wean you off eventually. Okay, so what do those slashy marks mean? They're congruent. They're equal. So just by looking at the diagram, do you guys see that AD has 2 slashes and DC has 2 slashes? So what do we know about them? They're congruent. ED has 1 slash, DB has 1 slash. They equal each other. So keep that in mind.
So we could automatically answer DC is 12.
You can yeah. If AD, do you see right here where it says AD is 12?
Yeah.
If AD is 12, which other piece would be 12?
DC.
DC. So I could already answer that DC is 12. Could I already answer the length of AC? What's AC?
24.
24. 12 plus 12 is 24. Now I have to figure out what Y is. So Y gives me the length of AC. That's the whole thing. So I'm going to put 4Y minus 36 equals. Would I put it equal to 12 or equal to 24?
24.
Does everybody understand why it would equal 24? Okay, because that's the whole thing. All right. And then you solve it from there. I will let you solve it. Use those algebra skills and solve it yourself. We don't have to say the answer out loud. You can do that. Do you know what your first step would be? Add 36? Okay. All right. Just making sure, but I'm going to let you guys do that. Okay. This one is a little bit harder. So it's same picture, same diagram, but it's a little bit different. We're going to have to think about this a little bit more. So it gives us the length of ED is x plus 4. And then DB, oh, this one is easy. I thought I had a harder one on here. Dang it. Oh well. 3x minus 8. I'm disappointed in myself. I thought I put a harder one on there. Okay, so if it gives you ED and DB, what do you know about both of those lengths? They're the same. They're congruent. They're equal. So x plus 4 equals 3x minus 8.
So would it be
And
4x?
Would it be 4x?
4 equals.
Why would it not be 4x?
Because you subtract.
Yeah. So we're not combining them together because they're not on the same side of the equals. So if you go to the opposite side, you have to subtract, do the opposite operation. So if I minus x, I get 2x.
X equals 3.
If I add 8, I get
12 equals 2x, so x equals 6.
yeah.
3 plus.
See, I want you to get to the point where you can kind of do some of this in your head, like, you know, you'd be subtracting x and adding 8. Like, I want you to be able to do that in your head so that it just goes a lot quicker for testing. Okay. Once you get x is 6, how are you going to find ED?
Plug in the number.
Plug it in.
Which is second.
It is.
3 plus 4 equals 7.
Oh, that's it.
X is 6, though.
Oh,
X
yeah.
is 6. I got X is 3.
It's 6.
It's 6, buddy.
And then what's
And then make sure, here's a way to check too. If you, whatever you get for ED, guess what? You better get the same thing for DB, right? Because they equal each other. So if you get one answer for one and a different answer for another, you did something wrong.
So EV would be 20.
It would be, yes. All right, so I do want you to try those word problems. I want you to try to finish these others. You probably don't have a lot left to do because I did a lot with you. I need to slow down on that. Tomorrow we get to talk about angles.